Yesterday afternoon, I caught my wife on the Ring camera opening her phone as normal, looking at typical pictures. Then all of a sudden, I started seeing naked pictures and videos and other private areas, including other people. I know if I bring it up once again, I will be called crazy, psycho, mentally ill, and I need help. I'm sick of the lies and tired of being made out to be crazy. It could possibly be an app she's on IDK, but during the video, I caught her looking at normal family pics. Then she would zoom in on particular family pics. I can see her fingers zooming in and out. Then all of a sudden, bam, there, a naked pic of her. Then later on that night, she made me dinner. Something didn't feel right, and I didn't eat. She seemed upset. Then I came back to bed, but I turned on the Ring camera, and I can hear her talking to someone in a low, low whisper saying, "He didn't eat," followed by a man saying, "Huh?" She replied, "He did not eat his food. He didn't eat." The guy said, "Why?" Then I heard him say, "Water." I took that as he knows all I drink is Ozarka water, and I have a feeling she was slipping me some kind of pill to make me sleep first in my dinner. Now her focus was my water. She seemed upset but never mentioned anything, and to put it to the test, I got up and went to kitchen, pretended to eat the laced food. I came back to bedroom and said, "Thanks for dinner, babe." Her demeanor had changed. I can see her shifty eyes looking at me to see if I fall asleep. Then I pretended it was sleep. The She got up, went to the kitchen, started playing her Alexa and cell phone music. I found it odd. Then all of a sudden, I hear her talking to a man. He was either in my kitchen window or backyard wind talking to her. To make a long story short, I called her out on it, and I left. But something was telling me to circle around, and who do I see? My next door neighbor walking towards my house. But he played it off like he wasn't doing anything strange. I thought, any way can someone help me find out where she could be, keeping these pics and vids? Because if I can get some good evidence, I'll expose her and leave. Now I'm telling her it's over, but she cries and begs me to stay. She's kissing all over me. It doesn't feel like truth, like love. Honestly, it feels like guilt to me, and is sorry for hurting me or sorry for getting caught. Now she's telling everyone out business, I guess to get people on her side when the shot hits the fan. Ada for finding it unfair that my dad told me that I had to pay rent or move out at 18, but didn't tell my brothers the same thing at 18. I, 17M, made this account because I think my dad is being unfair, despite everyone I asked telling me he's not. I talked to my family about it for support, and they were unsupportive and actually called me ungrateful. I turned the 18th of April 21 ST, and my dad told me that he wants me to start paying rent after I turn 18 or I'll have to move out. This made me upset because both of my brothers weren't forced to move out or had to pay rent when they turned 18. My oldest brother, 25M, only moved out 2 years ago, and my other brother, 22M, still lives with us. I told him this, and he told me that he knows, and he made a mistake when raising them, and he wasn't going to make the same one with me. I asked my dad if he was saying this to my brother, 22M, and he told me that he wasn't because he was unemployed, and if he were to kick him out, he'll be homeless. I asked my dad why he cares about him not being homeless, but is ready to make me homeless. He told me that he'll help me find an apartment and will co-sign the lease if I choose to move out. I asked my dad why he wouldn't just do this for my brother instead, but he told me that he doesn't trust him, which just pissed me off more. I feel like I'm getting punished for being well-behaved. I explained this to my dad and told him that if he would have parented better, he wouldn't have to force all of his regrets on me. My dad got upset with me and told me that I was being unfair and that I know how hard he tried to raise all of us, and I can't fault him for everything when he tried his best. I tried to call my family to try and have them convince my dad that he was the one being unfair, but they told me that I should be grateful my dad cares about me and that they agree with him. They told me his only fault is letting 22M and 25M stay as long as they did, and they are glad he wasn't going to enable me. I did nothing wrong. I genuinely feel like I'm getting punished for my brother's actions, and I don't find that fair at all. My F-26 grandmother passed away 8 months ago.
Her name was Charlotte, but she was known by everyone as Nana Lottie. Her loss has devastated our family beyond words. In honor of Nana Lottie, my sister, F19, wanted to name her newborn baby girl 1 week, something which could have the nickname Lottie. She did not like Charlotte, so there has been lots of brainstorming for different names which could still have Lottie as a nickname. In her third trimester, my sister came to me and told me that she had decided on Harlot. This is because it is easy to say, easy to spell, and has the nickname Lottie. I told her this was the bad idea to end all bad ideas and asked if she had Googled the word. She said that she had, but no one would make the connection because it is such an uncommon word in day to day life. I recommended choosing something else, but she was firm and got so upset about me not liking the name that she stopped talking to me for about a week. So I left it alone. Now, baby Harlot was born, and an announcement went up on Facebook. She specifically said, "In honor of Nana Lottie, I am pleased to introduce baby Harlot. Nickname, Lottie." To say the family lost their minds would be an understatement. People were so upset that Nana Lottie was now being associated with the word harlot, and a lot of the extended family have said that they will not meet this child because they couldn't face the situation. My sister reached out to me to cry, but when I said that I had tried to warn her, she got really upset and said that I hadn't warned her enough. I should have kept trying in different ways, and I should have forced her to listen. I don't really know what that means, but now my mom, F56, is on her side as well, saying that hormones lead to bad decisions, and it is up to family to steer our loved ones in the right direction. She said that I should have known a teenager's decision to name a baby. Harlot would end in tears, and I should have done more. Asterisk. For clarification, my mom did not know the name in advance, as my sister wanted to surprise everyone with a touching tribute to Nana Lottie. I feel quite upset now that so many people who were grieving already are now having to deal with this association, and I maybe could have done more to talk her around. Was I the AH? A few of my 26F friends came over to our house for a get-together lunch. A few of them have kids and brought them. One of my friends, Nora, 28F, has a 4-year-old son, Jack, that is notorious for being naughty. Jack doesn't get along with other kids and is a constant source of crying and screaming. Nora brought Jack over. He said he wanted to take a nap, so I showed Nora the guest room and told her to make herself comfortable. Nora came back downstairs after a while, and we hung out. Now, around 40 minutes later, Jack came back down and was smiling like crazy. He had my wife's, Kate, 29F, wedding ring. Kate is a doctor and doesn't take her ring to work. She leaves it on our nightstand. Jack had clearly gone into our bedroom. I told Nora I'd like him to give the ring back. Nora said he'd just get bored with it now and that I needed to relax. A few minutes later, I asked Jack to please give the ring back. This triggered something because he ran to the window and threw the ring out in our spacious backyard. I got really mad. Kate adores her ring, and I had it custom made with many little touches. It was extra special because it resembled a ring in her Nana's family that she couldn't have because she chose to marry a woman. So after all that, I told Nora her God Hash and son had no manners, and she needed to do something about him. Maybe take him to a doctor, because this is not healthy kid behavior. She got very upset and left. Other guests started leaving too. Kate and I spent the entire evening looking for it, but we couldn't find it. I am a crying mess, Kate keeps saying. It's nothing, but I know how much she loves that ring. Despite all this, every mom in our friend group is calling me an AH for taking it too hard on Jack and Nora. Was I an AH? Dad and I, 17M, do not have a good relationship. When my mom was sick with cancer, my dad was out cheating on her, and he left me to take care of my younger siblings, 12F and 11M. He even let me catch him with two different women during that time, and my mom was on hospice, so it was really difficult not to say anything. But I was so overwhelmed and scared that saying the wrong thing would take her from us sooner. This was 4 years ago, and I never forgave him for what he put me through. I told him before that I never wanted to be like him when I grow up, and he's no role model for me. I also called him a failure as a husband and a father. He was pissed at being called a failure as a father. But when his three kids needed him the most, he wasn't there. Instead, he was screwing women on the side. He also said he loved my mom and never wanted me to say he was all bad as her husband. I said I found it so hard to believe, and he would never convince me he actually loved her. I was still mostly in charge after mom died, but eventually my siblings started to pick up some skills. So I wasn't basically doing it all. It really helped and made us regular siblings again, instead of me being almost a dad. But it was also tough because they're really young, and I hated that they were forced to grow up so fast. Losing mom did that anyway. Dad met someone a couple of years ago, and he introduced her to us last year, and it took only a few weeks for her to move in. Then suddenly she's pregnant, and they raced to get married. My dad's wife tried to involve my siblings and me in her pregnancy excitement, but I wasn't excited, and I don't think they were either. I'm pretty sure we all avoided her as much as we could. The baby was born in December, and she has been reaching out to me to help pretty often. But I don't help her. I check in on my siblings where I can, but other than that, I focus on me. I know biologically that baby is my half sibling, but I don't care. I don't see them as a sibling, and I'm not planning to bond with them or keep them in my life once I'm in college. I won't speak to dad either, just my siblings. Recently, dad's wife has been pressing more for my help, and the other day, she asked me why I could be such a great big brother to my younger siblings, but I have never even held her baby or cooed over her baby. She told me she sees me do so much for my siblings and knows I was the person who helped them through when mom was sick and then when she died. She told me she figured I would want to be the same for her baby. I told her it wasn't my job to help and to get her husband to help if she needed it. She told me she wanted her baby to be accepted, and none of us had accepted the baby yet. None of us had interacted with the baby yet. She said it's not fair and she needs help. I told her I'm not her helper and she needs to hire someone if she wants the help, or again, get dad. But I won't be doing anything for her or her baby. She called me disgusting